I noticed something that I really wanted to talk about that been bugging me for a while, and that's the fact that every time women bring up the topic of oppression, the fact that we are being oppressed and have been oppressed for over thousands of years by men in this world, and that till today the majority of women are living under the oppression of the patriarchy. Every time we are in these conversations we try to have in society, men very often love to say, we suffer too, we are being oppressed too, we are going through this and this and that too, we can't cry, we have to do super dangerous jobs, we have to look tough all the time. I just wanted to address, maybe go over the definition of oppression so that it's clear for everybody. Oppression is when you are experiencing a pressure from another group of people through intimidation, fear, violence. If you are not behaving the way they want, the system that they have built put you in a place where if you don't behave the way they want, if you go against the invisible rules they have established, you will fear consequences that can go as far as death. Women are oppressed. Women get murdered, raped every day on this planet by men, repeatedly telling them, this is because you dressed like that, this is because I wanted to, this is because you pissed me off, you said something I didn't like, you behaved in a way I didn't like, so I murdered you, or I beat you, abused you. And the majority of them are roaming free because very, very few consequences have been observed, right? That creates a situation of profound oppression, of feeling that we have to be careful because not only this group of people could attack us anytime it felt like it, but more importantly, they are very likely to not face any consequences, at least not any heavy consequences for their actions, which is wild and is creating a whole atmosphere of fear and oppression, which is why women are being careful what they wear. In the conscious collective, there is this, don't piss them off, don't behave like this or like that because they might hurt you, right? So men, I'm asking you now, who is your oppressor? I will wait because I'm very confused. I'm trying to understand who is above you, especially white men. But the category men, you remove the color, you remove anything else, just those who are men in your identity of being a man. When are you experiencing oppression and from who? Having people throwing you pics is not oppression. It's just, a not so fun experience that you had, like anyone could have. In this world, men, when are you oppressed in your manhood? When are you oppressed to the point where you have to be careful because a certain group of people might murder you? Please enlighten me. I want to understand that. Just for it to be clear, women, the demographic women, regardless of the skin color, all of these things, the demographic women are oppressed by the demographic men. Okay, the demographic black people, okay, this demographic, regardless of the gender, this time, are being oppressed by white people. This demographic is oppressing the latter. Gay people, this demographic, regardless of the gender, regardless of the color, gay people are oppressed by straight people. This is how oppression works. So the demographic men, who is oppressing you? Please enlighten me. Who is your oppressor? I'm gonna cut it short. You don't have any oppressor. You're technically free to do anything you want. I don't understand what you mean by we are oppressed too. I don't understand by who. Who is oppressing you? Who is oppressing you? Who is threatening your life? Every time you want to travel, do you go online? Do you join groups on Reddit and Facebook and try to understand if women will be where you're going so that you don't go there out of safety? Do you exist like that? This is how we exist, women. We have to be careful all the time because of men. We constantly navigate society life avoiding men. When we travel, when we go somewhere, everything we do, if I want to go abroad, I'm gonna search for information to know if this is safe. And by safe, as a woman, I mean by that, will there be men? Are they dangerous? Do you exist like that as a man regarding women, because we need to start understanding each other. I feel like we don't speak the same language. We're mixing everything together. Some might say, yeah, I'm a man of color, and yes, I have to be careful. I'm not talking about racism. That's another topic. Okay, I'm talking about sexism. So as a man, when are you being oppressed? The same way women have been historically oppressed is an understatement. When have you experienced the same thing from us? What are you talking about? Historically, what have women done to you? Historically, I mean, if you have something to reproach us, historically, from the history of this world, what have women done to you collectively? What have we done to you? I think we're going to wait a long time because nothing. We've never done anything to you that can at least equals what you have done to us collectively. It's not comparable. Will never be. So that said, I just wanted to clarify something, and that something is that no one is oppressing you. You don't have anyone above your head ruling your life. And yet, I confirm that I've seen men being oppressed, but most of the time when that happened, it's from other men. So technically, your only oppressor is yourself. Let's be real now. If you're a man and you want to exist however you like, what you fear when you say we can't cry, we can be sensitive, we have to be strong all the time, what do you mean by we can't? What is blocking you from doing that? Please go at the end of your reasoning. What is blocking you from doing that? Who is your oppressor? Who is being an obstacle between you and being whoever you want? And please don't tell me women, because we don't have that type of pressure on you. We don't have that type of power over you. We don't care like that. Women won't jump on you and stop you from being whoever you want to be, and you know that. Okay, worldwide, who comes in mind when you think, as a man, I can be who I want, I can do these things because other men, right? The people who might oppress you, the people who might stop you are men, right? Because you are your own oppressor, because you are basically oppressing yourself. You created that situation, you created your own hell, your own misery, and then you're suffocating because of all the beliefs that you have to be strong all the time. Never cry, you have to be strong like Robocop, like Superman, Iron Man. Never express your feelings. These things are for women, these things are gay, I don't do these things, I have to be strong all the time. And when you're suffocating, because it is suffocating to think like that, so now then you find yourself like this and you start complaining, saying, oh my god, this world is too hard for us, we are suffering, it's not fair. But why are you telling me that? I'm not the one who told you to be like this. You did this to yourself, and then you spread that knowledge to the whole world, forcing us women to adapt to that, to put up with that, to believe that, and to perceive you like that. We are just, adapting. We're just surviving you. You've been imposing that way of being a man to the world. We're just following you. Okay, so if you say so, then okay, then be that. Be that strong, soulless, Robocop, whatever superhero you think a man is supposed to be that, then okay. But then don't complain. Don't come crying because it's too hard, because it's inhuman. What you're trying to reach is inhuman. It's unreachable. So you're basically creating your own hell, and then you lose your shit and transform in a ball of chaos in society. And we can see that every day, the result of that unattainable ideal of being a man that you created. We can see you desperately trying to reach that, but in vain, and losing yourself trying, going in depression, becoming violent because you're tortured inside. What is happening is that you are internally tortured, but you created that situation in the first place. No one told you to do that. Why are you so attached to being that? There is a balance in everything. Men will literally be like, we can't be ourselves, we can't cry, we can't be sensitive. They will hurt us, they will make fun of us, they might even kill us. Really? Who? Who would do that? Us. You need to sit down with yourself. You're tired. You need to work on yourself. You got some serious torture inside of your head about how to be a man. You are confused as fuck. And this is creating hell on earth. The confusion that exists within you. And it's true, when you pay attention, when you look online, who are the people always, making funny videos, always aiming at mocking others, always bullying, low-key bullying other people? It's always men, always in this, mocking, bullish sense of humor. And women are so much more soft. I know that women can be super mean as well, but honestly, like every time there is a good vibe, a good environment, it's always men creating this mocking, let's mock other people altogether, this roasting culture. This ha 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 ha. They are oppressing themselves. That's true. You guys are creating a situation of ultimate oppression with each other. You're always mocking each other, always like humiliating one another, like you gay. And it's true that you guys are traumatizing one another. Why are you like that? Why are you doing that? Every time a guy is being slightly sensitive, you are the first ones to jump and scream, gay, gay, and creating this atmosphere of shame, of humiliation. Roasting, I'll never understand that. It's just bullying. It's like a fancy way to say bullying because that's what it is. There is nothing funny about being made fun of. I will never get that as a way to bond with each other. That's not how I connect with people. Okay, you guys have this awkward way to connect that is so rooted in being profoundly hurtful to each other. Tough thing, like I'm tough, we'll never be sensitive, we don't men, we even punching each other, like what is going on here? Why are you being like this? So basically, you created a whole world where you decided that you were superior beings, that women were inferior beings, incapable beings, and that you are the ones who're supposed to do absolutely everything. But also, you're supposed to never be sensitive, never be emotional, never cry, never have emotions. This is for inferior beings. This is for pussies, weak beings that are women. We're gonna have to talk about how normalized it is to call someone a pussy as a way to call them weak, which literally refers to women. Like, can we seriously evolve as a society, please? As a civilization, please? Parenthesis closed. So you imprisoned yourself into this soulless, cold, I want man, Robocop type of person. I'm the man. I don't feel fear ever. I'm not human, basically. Apparently, that's what it means, I don't know if you realize. You don't do anything. I'm the one supposed to do that. Well, okay. But then, when this is too much for you, it's because it's not possible. Actually, it's just not possible. When this is too much for you, when you're losing your sanity, you scream, oh my God, I'm oppressed. This is too much. But society is you. You are society. It's you. You did this. You created this. You actively believe that you can't do these things. So you are not giving yourself permission to do these things. Okay? Please start understanding that you don't have an oppressor. There isn't a group of people telling you this is how you have to be a man. The group of people telling you that is yourself. Okay, I really have a group of people telling me how to be. I clearly have a group of people outside of myself. You don't have that. You're the one doing this to yourself. You guys are creating your own misery. Please realize that because I'm tired of hearing men complaining like, why are you complaining? Just get up and do what you want. You're free. Unlike us, you can do anything you want. The people who are oppressing you are literally yourself. And usually these men, being so oppressing in the male community, if there is such a thing, usually those men being super oppressing are usually themselves frustrated because they want to be like that themselves. You guys really need to go to therapy. You really need to have a talk with yourself because it is exhausting for everybody in this world. The world is suffering from the fact that you guys are internally tortured and unaware, and you're spreading this chaos on earth. So ask yourself a few questions. When you say this is all too much and we are working too much, we are doing too much, what do you want? Do you want women to take over? Do you want us to take over? Do you really want that? Will it hurt your ego? Do you want me to pay for you? Is that really what you want? Be honest with yourself because we can do that, but that might hurt your ego bad. So at some point, sit down with yourself, ask yourself real questions. But if you believe no, a woman should never pay, if I'm in a relationship with her, too much win right now. We are the ones supposed to provide. They shouldn't be the one meeting us even halfway. This should never happen. Well, okay, but then do it. Then be it. Find your balance. Your ideal representation of that I want man Robocop is honestly not only unreachable, unattainable, but it's also super toxic anyway. And it's just scaring us. Most women don't want to have anything to do with that type of man. The irony here, there is a balance in everything. If you could balance your feminine, maybe you wouldn't be that tortured. It's about realizing that you really are the root of the majority of the problems in this world. And the reason of that is a chaos inside of you. You need to come back to yourself, to your senses. And in order to do that, you need to understand yourself. The energies that build you, which is the masculine and also the feminine, both create human. Okay, you are both. Making peace with yourself is key. If we really want to change the world, I see people asking themselves, what can we do to change the world? What can be done? What area do we need to, work on? Do we need to travel there and help the kids there and build this association and do this and that? If you want to help this world become a better place, focus on men. This is the key. This is the center, the epicenter. This is where everything starts. This is where the chaos originates from. I'm gonna stop here. I encourage you to watch this video again with an open heart. My videos are very straight to the point. I don't want to play games. I want to be radically honest with my transmissions because that's just what is. We need to start sitting down with the roots of problems in general and seriously address them so that we can effectively this time change the world and co-create heaven on earth like so many people say they want to do. But it's about actually be willing to do so no matter how uncomfortable and painful the process might be. So I'm here for the people who are ready to talk about the real things, not play games, not walking on eggshells, flattering, being a people pleaser. No, I'm here to address the real deal. Like, let's dive in. Let's go. If you're like that, oh my God, like you can't imagine how much I want to meet you and be friends with you and hang out with you. I hope this video found you well. Again, thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate that. That's all for me. So I'm gonna see you in the next video. Bye bye.